What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 12 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Bhashiva the White Tiger Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, enemies are beginning to fall as through the use of the Dolgan we have destroyed Village, and through the use of ourselves, we have destroyed Astrogoth Ironhand. It cost us the Great Skull Lakes, as in he sneakily came back through all of this territory in order to get to us, but at the end of the day, it didn't work out for him. Otherwise, we are poised to besiege, or we are besieging and poised to attack the Karak Dum settlement, the last major settlement belonging to the Challengers of Khorne, while Archaon has declared war on us. Unfortunately, there don't appear to be any relics in the Chaos Wastes, which means we don't really care about any of this territory, plus it's all red. So the plan is to set up essentially big old defenses here. We might even leave a sort of garrisoning army around here once all the garrisons and stuff are maxed out. Unfortunately, unlike the Bastion, we don't have the massive upkeep reduction in our own settlements, so we'll have to, eat the cost of that. Actually, speaking of eating the cost of massive defenses, we should probably... get a new lord up and running and recruiting. You know what? Here's what we'll do. You go out here, channel for a bit, or just stay. I don't really care. Let us go to armies of Xiangyang. Don't crash. Okay. And increase our army by 2,000 at this point. And I think we'll actually grab a Tiger Warrior Sawai to defend the place. With, I'm going to say, these are both decent options. Vanguard deployment or disciplined. I'm going to say strategist. You can never have too many tacticians stand your ground. We're going to pop you in here to Snake Gate, and then we will use you, assuming that you don't recruit cheaper. 1,079, 1,079, yes. Or actually, yes. Tiger Warrior Stalkers. Ooh, they are expensive to recruit still. That's despite the reductions. Go figure. But anyway, their upkeep will be basically non-existent, so we'll recruit some of these guys here. Maybe with a third building in the Dragon Gate, we'll build the recruitment reduction one, and then briefly the Tiger Warrior building in order to more briefly or cheaply build the Tiger Warrior Stalkers. And the way I figure it, Tiger Warrior Stalkers will be fantastic defenders for the Great Bastion, at least in decent numbers. The reason being that we can give them 200% extra ammunition based on the defensive structure here, 100%, and the... Crane Gun Hall, another 100%. So they will have a massive amount of those discs to throw and then still be able to fight on those walls. Plus we won't have to pay the insignia to unlock armies of Xiangyang, and that'll be good. In addition to that, I would like to unlock Satang the Watcher at this point. So let us grab a couple of Jade Lions, since we only have Jet so far, like so. That'll be nice. Frankly, we could probably also do with getting a war drum or two around here. Alright, let's start with a couple of war drums. As long as we stay in Snake Gate, they won't really cost us anything in terms of upkeep, so them just sort of sitting there won't be too bad of a thing. And I think that's good. Next up, what do we actually have to do this turn? I don't remember... Oh, I just checked you. I was about to say I don't remember who you are, but yes, I kind of do. You, Muji, are going to probably move towards Gandhari. And in fact, maybe you should meet up with Gandhari. Oh, right, you're the tactician. You are going to take over the reins of this army to make your own. Artillery-focused one. The Iron Hail Gunners... Okay, you know what? Yeah, you will need to meet up with Gandhari, but you'll be going separate ways, I think, regardless. I think Gandhari will want to go south, maybe. Though, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind him defeating Archaon as well. He's already defeated so many legends, I don't see why not. I'll think about it, though we do need more armies down here, because this is a lot of territory, and while we are not yet at war with the Caravan of Blue Roses, or the Rats, or the other Rats, or the Gobs, there's a distinct likelihood that we will be, so, yeah, no. Yeah, no? Yeah, no. Anyway, let us diplomacy. See if there's anything interesting to do here, but I don't really see anything of significance, therefore... We are not ending the turn. We are attacking. Ooh, actually, I just remembered something. I'm like the dog with the squirrel. Anyway, Jet Lion. Alright, this was a suggestion for a Jade Lion, but I'm not going to put Jade Lions in Bhashiva's army, so we'll give the name to a Jet Lion. You can be Bhashiva Immortalized. And it fit! Oh, I have a couple of characters left over. Lovely. Alrighty. And hopefully you don't die, but fortunately these things have a fairly high melee defense. Too bad we can't build our own, because if we could have constructed one with like 80 melee defense or something like that, which would have been just great. But oh well, not a big deal. Anyway, now we can attack. So, Chudu, go.
Rejoice, for we have courage stronger than even the great Bastion.
Alrighty, here we go. Ooh, I wanted to check this last episode. Yes, reload time is at a minimum of 4 seconds when we're at Inspired Marksmanship. Beautiful. And that will allow the Fire Rain rockets to expel their cargo rather quickly, knocking down the first tower and then switching to the second, while the Jade Warriors fire upon the enemy. We've done this sort of siege before, and it's a simple matter of firing upon the enemy until we're out of ammunition, and then heading the Jade Warriors into the enemy settlement afterwards to fight once they are no longer under threat of friendly fire. Isn't it lovely? Got 70 armor on the Jade Warrior crossbows when they're just standing still, and then 80 on the Jade Warriors with sword, and 100 on the Jade Warriors with halberds. Pretty solid, I gotta say. And we are still waiting. The arrows or the crossbow bolts continue to arc overhead while our ranks wait patiently to enter the enemy settlement. We brought down the second tower and are going to bring down the enemy walls as well. Lovely. We'll try to make another breach if at all possible, and I do think we should have just enough ammunition to make a second breach while we start moving one of our units forward into the gate to sort of hack it apart with their halberds. We do still have about half of our ammunition remaining, and we will also switch to Magical Damage Fury of the Falling Blade to make sure that we do more damage to the physically resistant Bloodletters. Alrighty, wait, does the... I forgot what level the Alchemist is here. Are you providing magical damage to the entire army yet? I don't remember. I was just wondering because then we would not need Fury of the Falling Blade in this particular army. Although it's still base weapon damage and armor-piercing weapon damage and melee, though I'm willing to bet the 8 melee attack from the Disdain of the Dragon Emperor is probably the superior thing, or it would be if it wasn't for the Bastion of the Great Cities. You gotta love war drums. Anyway, with the second breach made, the last little bit of ammunition that we have in the Fire Rain rockets will be going after whatever units they can reach, including the enemy Forsaken. As for the last little bit of ammunition on our range units, or, well, they're all range units, on our crossbows, they'll just hit whatever they can get. They obviously have a lot more limited range than the Fire Rain rockets do. Admittedly, the Fire Rain rocket gunners have been very nicely, just accurate enough, I should say, in this particular battle. Because if you're too accurate, you oftentimes miss, and that's one of the nice things about Fire Rain rockets and Hellstorm rocket batteries. They sort of cover a wide area in explosions, and some of those explosions are bound to do the work. Anyway, we've got about... Oh, wow. Still 2/3 HP left on the gate. Alright, I think we've seen enough of that. We will speed this up a little bit as we knock that gate out. And get ready to move into the enemy settlement. Oh, well, if it isn't the enemy lord. The Herald of Khorne moving out to fight us, and even some Bloodletters as well. I think this actually didn't happen when I fought. At the very least with the Lord of Khorne. The Bloodletters were here, so they're where they're supposed to be, but this is kind of interesting. I wonder... Oh, right, again, this has Taoyan in the army, therefore Executioner, right? Yeah, she's attacking the gate, but she is there, which is probably what causes a very minor desync. Which most likely means that if the Lord had died, we will now have to ignore the Lord. Though technically speaking, range units that don't have any particular targets, if they have any additional ammunition remaining, will target him as well. Not that it's all that important, mind you, especially since there's a gate master and a bunch of other units here. Anyway, the enemy continues blocking the breach, perhaps attempting to prevent us from breaking through this gate. And we do still have 5,000 HP there, but we're heading more units into the settlement to dish out the damage. And the halberds should be able to take care of the low defended Forsaken, armored, well, no, high armored but low defense, extremely low defense Forsaken of Khorne. Although, as I recall, they're not as different in vanilla as they are in SFO, but yeah, still, 18 melee defense, but good luck with that. We'll cut them down without issue. And whether halberd or sword and board, I'm sure the magical damage that the drum confers will allow us to deal with the bloodletters just as well as we deal with the flesh hounds and the chaos warriors and the Forsaken and whatever Khornate nonsense comes up against us here. And again, I love the contrast between the units. Is the gate done? The gate, nope, 3.5k remaining. Just gotta keep attacking it. And yeah, see, the enemy units are very slightly out of position. I guess, yeah, once again, that lord was supposed to have been executed by Tao Yan, who is now here to make sure and that he falls for good. But otherwise, everything is proceeding nicely. And the bounce power has shifted to about, let's say, 80% in our favor now. A little bit more work and the enemy army will most likely shatter in the Battle of the Hours. And I see, did I speak at the exact right time? The demonic units are melting away, but no, it looks like this Chaos Warriors of Khorne unit is still in the fight, if most likely not for much longer. Tactically, admittedly, there isn't too much to say about this once again, as we are just brawling until we grind the enemy to dust. We have now closed the distance with the Lord Magistrate, who generally speaking doesn't do a lot of fighting in melee, but, well, with the victory assured, he wants to swing his sword a few times. And I guess the Alchemist wants to, you know, use Magical Blast or Punch Jerks a few times as well. But, you know, we all have that mood sometimes. Or inclination, I suppose. Anyway. Bounce power's at about 90% in our favor now, and Tao Yan is surrounded by the Bloodletters and about to be by some Warhounds. Ooh, if we could get a few more of her infantry execution animations, that would be great. Don't move away. Oh, there's still a Chaos Warriors of Khorne unit here that is in decent shape, so we gotta prioritize them, as it looked like they were trying to rush that drum, and that shall not stand. 84 melee defense, pretty solid, and look at all those buffs we have. And we will eventually have even more, I wager. Oh, a Brass Cleaver would be nice in this particular army, if we can get one. Actually, a Brass Cleaver would be really nice in this army, just because we would like it to provide additional melee attack to the Jade Warriors, which otherwise have rather low melee attack. Alrighty, no significant damage on most of our units so far. Bloodletter is still in the fight, but not for much longer, I would wager. Obviously, our range units are pretty much out of the fight, because they can't, or, well, I guess we could use their HP to absorb a few hits if we really wanted to, but there isn't any real need. Actually, out of curiosity, what's their melee defense stat like? Yeah, it's only 27. They don't get the same bonuses as as these guys do, as the Jade Warriors do in melee, and thusly we can't really use them as a sort of a pseudo-melee line. But all good. And in fact, the enemy realizes that they have no hope. Their mortal units shatter, and their bloodletters are going to melt away until the battle is ours. A Pyrrhic victory for Khorne. Not so much it does this when there's a very minor desync. Alright, there we go. 38 losses and no problem whatsoever, but, I mean, unsurprisingly, this was a relatively minor enemy settlement, and if it wasn't for Archaon's position nearby, Wait, was it auto-resolvable? Actually, I don't think it was auto-resolvable because the auto-resolve is underestimating the Jade Warriors, but, well, too bad. Anyway, we will occupy the place because we are looking to use it as a defensive structure. Another Silk Weaver. Ooh, Glittering Scales. That's a good find. And another Fuheng Monk is always a nice find as well. I was, in fact, thinking that if we give a Fuheng Monk to every single unit in this army, we'd be able to give the 2 Blades of Shenwu that we have here. The hero of Shenwu is a controversial figure, but his methods were questionable. Does that sound like anyone you know? Taoyan here? So yeah, maybe give the blades to Shenwu to the Gate Masters. And as to whom we give the Glittering Scales to... This is probably not the ideal army for it, because Glittering Scales reduces enemy melee attack, and we have insanely high melee defense here already, especially on the halberds. Probably would get more mileage out of it in Bhashiva's army, whereas the defenses of the various Tigermen are a little bit lower. The question is, who can we put this on that is always going to be in the front line? Astromancer might not be the worst idea if we, well, once we put him on a Moonbird, which is actually surprisingly close, and only rank 13. And the only issue there is that we might actually want to give him heavier armor, because the Great Moonbird has decent melee defense, but is actually very lightly armored, so an armor of Silver Steel would probably be the better choice here. I'll think about it. And the Kite of the Outermost Airs I was saving for the... for one of the magistrates, so yeah. Anyway, I believe that's it for this turn unless I'm mistaken, so let's end the turn and see what happens. Yes? Yes, everybody looks fine. I think we can't do any more building, so yes, let's go next turn. Skip, end turn. Alright, Legion of Asgore, Miao Ying, who are you attacking? You want us to join war against the Blessed Dread? There's no need, they're basically dead. They're the Blessed Dead, or not so Blessed Dead. They are being pressed both by the Jade Custodians and by you, and you're racking up plenty of territory. The Tormentors, of course, will remain alive to the south, and maybe we can get you all to attack them with us. And by us, I mean just sort of in principle. We'll be there in spirit. The main thing I'm looking to do is keep them out of fighting with the Dolgan. Because, yeah, we're not giving you a Hailstorm. Because I don't want the Dolgan to... This, I think we can auto-resolve. I don't want the Dolgan to be, you know, not fighting Archaon. And there we go, we've already read this, but we built the Jade Lions in order to get Satang the Watcher on field. This gives us Legendary Marksman for base missile damage plus 10%. And it's only percent, and it's base missile damage non-armor piercing. And this is just straight up weapon strength, but it's only for Jade Line, Jet Line, and Terracotta Sentinels, which is basically nothing because we don't have enough of those to get too much of a benefit out of this. So I guess we'll go for Legendary Marksman, which again does make sense kind of for Satang. Anyway, the ground rumbles, and for Satang the Watcher approaches, extending his wind bow in your direction. He takes his place by the side of your battle ranks in noble defense of Grand Cathay. Alongside you and the other sentinels under your command, the dragon's lands will be kept safe beneath his unmoving, watchful eye. Around the lofty heights from which he casts his gaze, the winds blow strong to bring powerful blessings, yet who shall receive them is up to you. Legendary Marksman. What is this? Oh, yeah, it's zoomed to him. Ready for duty. Okay, so Fang Huo is back, and we're going to build stuff, so I'm not going to move him immediately. Technology researched, good, but we got more coming. Another tax collector for a caravan, no. Not for you, but level is for you. Let's grab Wayfinders so you don't get ambushed. And wait, you have the warrant of trade? Wait, so should it be on you or should it be on the other one? I don't remember. You have... Tony the Tiger has 18 units. And which one of your armies is actually stronger? You have better units. You have more units. Though significantly more at that. On the bright side, they will reach their destinations in one turn, which is a good thing. Alrighty, well, we'll deal with that later. Legendary Marksman indeed. Alright, so, first of all, before we do anything else, I'm going to quick save it, like so. because I want to click here, and last episode it crashed last time I clicked it, so... Yeah, of course, now that I quick save, it's not going to crash. Screw you too, game. I really wish that you could accept more than one of these missions at once. I actually feel like it's silly that you can't. They should really allow you to do as many at once as you want. What, is Zhao Ming gonna be like, oh, how dare you complete multiple objectives that I wanted you to complete together, one at a time? But no. I mean, I think we can all agree that that's ridiculous. Anyway, I want to see what you do. Other than buffing the Terracotta Sentinels, you give a missile strength plus 5% for the entire army. You should probably, let's see, base missile damage for bow units. Ammunition. Range for sky lanterns and sky junks. Expert charge defense for sentinels. We've got melee defense for sentinels and then charge bonus for lions. And reload time for Cathay and bow units, and range for Cathay and bow units. So yeah, basically just use sentinels and bow units of various kinds, which we will need to build. He also has hawkish precision for himself, and some very nice things otherwise. He also reduces upkeep of these guys, which is great, because they're expensive. Alrighty, well, Seitang, we don't have room for you in this army right now, do we? No. I was wondering whether we could just sort of use you to leech XP while we get your army ready to go somewhere. In fact, maybe we'll send you northward and join Gandhari and stay in his army. He's been using just a pile of random troops for a while, so no need to stop that now. You... I mean, I guess we'll go to the Tower of Gorgoth. Plus, I want to see what's going on here. Such that the tech thievery can continue. It'll be level 5 by the time we reach it. But these guys will have the entire, most of the entire territory. Although I suppose if we give them Mount Gunbat or something, we could... Oh, they'll probably take it themselves. They will not, because they're not at war. Something to think about. Anyway, I would like the Gates of Jar from you, so we will trade the Gates of Jar.
You no doubt have a request, I'll hear it now.
Yeah. We'll trade the Gates of Jar for Silver Pinnacle, like so. And we could take his money, but frankly, he's fighting a lot of enemies, and to be perfectly frank, he needs it. I wonder whether we want to go straight into a military alliance with the dwarfs. The main issue being that they will probably eventually get drawn into a war with a bunch of rats and other factions. And if they declare war on Moulder, Moulder will promptly start attacking here, which would be kind of annoying. The main annoyance of this being that they can jump over this, jump over Ruskalak, or dig through it and get to the undefended territories behind the choke point. That's just sort of the nature of dealing with the rats, though. And this will give us more allegiance, which we may want for dwarfen units. Do it.
I agree.
Thank you for the relic, bud. Alrighty, that'll put us up to level 2 on this one. Alright, where are we here? Tiger Court. Prophecy of the White Tiger, we'll go for Relic Devote 2. Frankly, I still think Way of the Thousand Gods is the best, by virtue of giving physical resistance and melee defense. These are really nice. But the melee defense, and not the melee defense, the level 3 here once again gives stock for all of our Tiger Warrior units, and we really need it. We've been doing the entire campaign with the Tiger Warriors not having their stock capabilities, which is just not great. Anyway, I'll let Jern come here for now. Delete the growth building. Again, we're most likely going to trade this, so we'll build a peasant hut here and do something about it. Granted, I wouldn't mind holding the territory here, but we'll see. I don't see what we could trade you other than this stuff, and I'm not sure that we'll be there on time. How many territories do you have, incidentally? Looks like you're not doing so well against Clan Rictus, who are currently fighting Karaz-Klarak and the Legion of Asgore. And will probably eventually be fighting us as well, to be fair. Gash Kadrak. Alright, so this is the important one. So, let's... Okay, you've moved already. Wait, can you... You can move here, but this is not in need of an upgrade as yet. This place is, but there's no further need to move any units. You're a bureaucrat, right? Let me just double check that there are no more millable bureaucrats. Martial artist is okay. Well, okay, wait, these guys can't be bureaucrats. Weapons specialist for astromancers. I want that bureaucrat one. And hey, we got another crafty one. I do like these crafty ones. And how crafty they are. Yes. Can we build alchemist here? No. Alright, so let us build an alchemist here. I have a vague idea where I want to send you. And then we'll build this for 2.5k, which is not so bad. Then we'll move you guys here and here. And then we'll upgrade this for 960 tier 4. That's pretty solid. You then... Wait. 57. Oh, because you failed last turn, but you can't reach this place. You can go to Veil of Woe, but then you won't be able to. Well, one of you could fail, potentially. Alright, so try Veil of Woe, see what happens, and then you try it again. Try not to die immediately a second time. Success, good. What about you? Alright, 60-40. Give it a shot. Come on. Failure, but no death. That's good. Something at least. And specialist. We really need something to make these guys succeed more. And you... Oh! You're a strategist. You're actually supposed to go into an army, aren't you? Although, for the Great Moonbird in particular... that actually is a question. So, if we want them on the Great Moonbird, trained would be better for the additional melee defense. Because they'll be a big target. For a War Compass, however, strategist would be great. In fact, yeah, maybe we'll put you on the War Compass then. But yeah, then you're not a tech thief. You're... Wait, did we only have... How many tech thieves do you have? 1, 2, 3... I guess it's just the 3. I swear I had another Astromancer. We had 6 capacity. You're a Gate Master. You're an Astromancer with trained... Ah, that's why. I mean, I guess we could try to train you up just by stealing tech. I don't know if it's going to succeed. Need more capacity either way. Alright, start making your way down here. I will eventually maybe punch you to an army, but for now we'll just use you in your current state. How about that? Alrighty, how are we doing out here? I see that the Pillar of Skulls has disappeared because we abandoned it. Molder. If we declare war against the Zazel... Join war against Archaon. Minus 275. Alright, you're not doing that. Scaling? 114. Not happening. Bone Rattlers, Huh, no, still no dice there. Oh, he no longer wants to do this because we declared... Damn, yeah, I just realized I should have done this before aligning with the dwarfs, because now he despises us. Which is a bit of a shame. I wanted to trade him Tribe Slaughter in order to make use of it. Oh, well, what can you do? I would like then you to leave Karak Dum and go into ambush stance right here. Right here. There should be an Archaon army nearby, but I don't know where it is. We'll keep Tribe Slaughter in its current state to act as bait for now. And oh, we have a Dragon Armory here. Nice. Keep the Growth Building. And this is the Money Building. We'll replace the Money Building first. Seems like the thing to do. This also buffs up the garrisons. Frankly, again, since it's only goes up to tier 3, this isn't really the right place for it, but I don't see any better options right now. Yeah, so we'll leave it alone. Gundari. I do believe you will want some of these guys as well, as in some of the Gate Masters. And you know what, maybe we'll go for a Martial Artist for you. Assuming he doesn't get immediately assassinated by these guys, which is a distinct possibility. Then, you two. You will need to switch some units around. I guess one War Drum for each of you for now. You take one of Gundari's War Drums. We'll keep the Empress Croman, I think. Yeah, no, you know what, we'll punt them to you. Well, they do drop an explosive thing, but it is a spell, but this is kind of an explosion army. You know what, let's stay with Gundari for now, I'm not entirely sure there yet. Gundari, you can take these guys. You can keep the Nangao Grenadiers. Gundari doesn't need the peasants. And I'm not entirely sure about the Shadow Speaker. Shadow Claw Speaker of Shadows. But he can stay there for now.
I govern in the Emperor's.
This is also not yet sufficient for a full stack, is it? You still need to go north, though. Because you will want to... Wait, what did you want to trade? Oh, you want to pick up the Poison Rain Rocket, and you'll actually want to switch. Well, actually, what you're really going to do is you're going to leech XP until you're able to take command of this army and then swap with each other. And Gundari, I think we'll head you southward. We did want to pick you up a few more ogres, and while we'd love to get Archaon's defeat trait on you as well, I mean, it's really it's a long trip either way, isn't it? It's just kind of annoying. But we probably won't need multiple armies here, mostly because hopefully the Dolgan and these guys will keep each other busy. And where are you going? I'm hoping that he's actually repositioning to go this way and fight these guys. And not anything else. It does look like the Blessed Dread are very much on the way out as well. Ugh, the border gore between the other Cathay factions is going to be annoying, but not much we can do about it right now. And I don't like the fact that you have an army here either. You know what, Gundari, go northward for now. We can always send you southward again. We'll still need, maybe we'll have somebody recruit more units so that you can pick them up later on when needed. You guys are fine as you are. Are you the bureaucrat? Yes, you know what, just pile of bureaucrats in one army. There you go. Shui Zhang and the bureaucrats. Dibs on the band name. And I believe you are good. Alright, anybody else need to move? How you is fine until we build up stuff and then send some of these things over here. At least for now. You were trying to travel to Wasian. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You're like one step away. I wanted you to reduce the cost. I mean, I guess we could still build this because it's still super cheap. This, however, is not. Admittedly, we won't save much with the White Tiger Omen anyway, so maybe we'll do this. Yeah, I can't believe you're just like... so close. So close and yet so far. Oh well. You're fine as you are, and I keep forgetting who you are. Seriously, who are you? Oh, right, you're the inured new guy. Okay, so you're going this way to join this army. Alright, looks good to me. Building-wise, we only have Wei Jin, which isn't yet, and then for Dwarslav, we will upgrade you, at least for now. Definitely want the growth and, I guess, the control? Because we don't have control in Karak Vrag yet. Yeah. It's not like we can't afford it right now, either. Karak Dum, you can't collect money, unfortunately. And we will need the public order building here eventually, and frankly, this gives us more growth. An additional unit of Tiger Warriors joins Tiger Warrior Reinforcement during all non-siege battles within this region, once that's unlocked at any rate. But for now, I guess we're good. Alright, diplomacy check, and then mission check, and then turn ending. Thunderguts, Reichland, East River Lords, the Thunderguts again, Reichland, down to 6 provinces now. Not in very good shape, but what can you do? Alright, you want us to kill Akarak, who is... Aha! Wait a moment, that's a problem. If they do what Astrogoth did... They do what Astrogoth did. If they do this, they could go like this towards our undefended territories. Granted, we do have a half stack here, but it probably won't be enough to defend. Archie is, by the looks of it, moving towards us this way. Alright, we'll take Archie with you. We'll take... Oh, damn. I was assuming the other guy would have both of the options, but oh well. And then you want us to... Oh. To be perfectly honest, we're probably not going to bother going over there and killing those guys for you. No offense. But we'll see. Yeah, also, Tiger Court. We need this to be level 3, yeah. Alright, fine, yeah, fine. Alrighty, this means, I think, just in case, we'll march how you up here to Gorger Rock, in case we need to defend it. Frankly, there's a decent amount of units here. Oh, you know what, next turn, if I remember, you channel. I think that's the way to do it. Alrighty, we also have access to crane gunners soon, which will be nice as well. Anyway, now we can skip, and end the turn. Oh, did I... Caravans complete this turn or last turn? I was about to say do the caravans, but I guess, well, we'll have to do the caravans next turn if they already got completed.
What is it?
Ungram, you want us to join war against Azag? No, we're already fighting Azag. You want us to join war against the overlords of Jarduk, which we will, very soon. In fact, probably next turn. But I don't want them to move preemptively, so we'll wait until the turns have gone by. Or the end turn has gone by. Alright, so we have Archie himself, which is in March stance. With a good army, admittedly, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regiments of renown. I've never liked how the Chaos Warriors have a tendency to do this. Caravan completed. Aha, I didn't actually miss that. And hello, Griffin Legion lands. Charge bonus plus 15% for cavalry units. I think I'm going to put this on our first Celestial General. For now, temporarily, we'll give that to you. You are going to command the... Griffin Legion lands. You're going to command the Lances of Wei Jin and some Longma Riders, but we'll use the Celestial General to command some Jade Lancers. Yes. Alright, so you're good. And what do we have here? Luminarch lands, weakness to fire damage. Yes, okay, so this will obviously be for our fire army. You got a Pistoliers. Alright, so... Actually, you know what? I will, for now, temporarily, give that item to you.
Cathay Eternal.
Okay, to you. It's in the region, so it doesn't really matter who directly has it. Luminarch Lens. Doesn't have to be a lord, is what I'm getting at. Because artillery, like the Fire Rain rockets, will also benefit from this. And did this army not have a Banner of Eternal Flame earlier? Am I crazy? You could put it on these range units, and that would increase their capability. I think maybe we'll want to do that. The range is short, but we could still probably get some good mileage out of it. The problem is we'd have to lose one of the things here. Man. I'm liking that these guys remain cheap. Duelists, bonus versus infantry plus 15, physical resistance 20%. That's really good for the drum. Maybe we lose this one. I do like the massive bonus versus large. It gives the tip of the spear, though, especially considering the sheer number of large units that the Chaos Warriors have a tendency to bring. Also, I take it Gandari can't reach this? Yeah, nowhere near. A shame.
I govern in the Emperor's name.
And I like the Poison Rain. Alright, fine. Lose Beast Wardens for now. We'll maybe take it back later once we swap this out later on. Actually, I wonder, just out of curiosity, if we take a different magistrate, are you able to use the Beast Wardens? No, it has to be that particular magistrate. I was wondering if we could get multiple copies via various magistrates doing this, but unfortunately it looks like it's not the case. Oh well. You, sir. Let's see what we've got here. We could finally start moving through Field Commander. Can we risk putting you on the Lantern? Against Archaon? No, because he'll have the Knights of Immolation. So, I'm going to say... none of this is particularly useful to you as yet. Let's grab you Will of the Dragons, then. Harmonious Doctrine is also going to be good, though. And let's... you know what? Let's actually grab both of these. Will of the Dragons, a little bit of extra leadership is not a big enough deal to warrant it. Anyway, Metallurgic Refining for you, and then let's grab Gehenna's Golden Hounds, and the ability to overcast it. The Plague of Rust, you know what? Let's go Plague of Rust, just in case we need to use it against one of the Regiments of Renown in particular. You, yes, Bulwark of the Gate, and gives you buffs for yourself, but the important thing is the Jade Standard, giving a plus 10 melee defense for all of our Jade Warriors, who are going to get a lot stronger. And Bastion Defense affects allies in range. Melee defense plus 24. Beautiful. Alrighty. These one we will pick later on, most likely the reload one. And you can get preparedness drills. I don't really care about your personal ammunition. Let's get you 1 point in Blade Master because it's a cheap 5 melee attack. And I'm going to say grab Drill Discipline. You're not going to do a lot of range damage, but at least you're firing at enemies. And did I say you were... Did I not take Metallurgic Refining? I swear I did. Well, I intended to, and I'm doing it now. So nobody can complain. Anyway, let's go into Earthblood, and I think in this particular army we will indeed go for the Mysticism of Kamau, rather than any of the others, just to reduce the cost of Earthblood so that we can keep spamming it. Granted, it is not cheap, but, well, a few extra, plus the cooldown reduction will be nice. We don't have Tiger Warriors in this army, therefore the other things aren't going to be quite as valuable, let's face it. And out of these, well, we'll need to go to regrowth, so we'll do that. Yeah. You're gonna have to deal with Archaon, and unfortunately you won't have Gandari to rely upon. So we'll need to be prepared for this. Do we have an extra enchanted item? I fear that we didn't have a lot of enchanted items. The Kite of Outermost Stairs is not particularly useful to this particular army, though the Doom Knights are there, admittedly. You know, you can hold on to this for now, and then once we get like a healing potion or something, we'll give that to you, hopefully. Alright, we're as prepared as we're likely to get, so let's hit Archie.
I demand their
And I was going to put you into this. No, I was going to put you into another army, so yeah, this army will be different. We'll put this on... I was going to say the War Drum, but you know what, let's put it on this guy. We can have him stand amongst the range units. I note that the enemy has a Hell Cannon, which is also going to be something of a problem. Because we won't then be able to make good use of our extremely long range, because the Hell Cannon will not be killable by the Poison Rain Rocket. Therefore, we'll need to Vanguard deploy in the enemy's face, most likely. Fair enough. Yep.
fight with pride, for you are the guardians of order, the defenders of harmony.
Alrighty, here we go. Talion the Merciless versus Archaon the Ever-Chosen. Who will carry the day? Now, we have a major advantage here thanks to our full Vanguard deployment, thanks to the Magistrate, which allows us to deploy on one side of the enemy army, which means laying down our Withering Fire on most of their units before, or most of that flank, before the rest of the army can respond. It does look like the Doom Knights head towards us, but we were wise to the idea and target the Knights of Immolation with 4 out of our 6 units of crossbows, pin-cushioning them and tearing them to shreds without issue before they can do significant damage to our other Jade Warrior crossbows. Now, the reason that only 4 target and the reason that we deployed here was to allow 2 of our Jade Warrior crossbows to be close enough positioned to the enemy Hell Cannon to fire back upon the enemy. And this is why, while we do have temporary artillery, we don't technically need it. A few volleys into the rather fragile Hell Cannon will see the artillery piece destroyed. We'll see the artillery piece destroyed. There you go. Alrighty, good enough. Otherwise, Archaon is in the midst of his duel with Talion the Merciless and has his, is it Swords of Chaos? His personal retinue of Chaos Knights, these Swords of Chaos with him, though it looks like his retinue has left him, although the Slaughter Guard is still in the fight. Archaon has lost about 40, well, 20%, 30%, something percent, 50% now of his HP. It keeps changing of his HP, but is having a rather difficult time in the center of the fight. But I do appreciate how glowy he is. A Searing Doom comes down on the enemy, just as a Searing Doom has previously come down upon us as we exchange Searing Dooms. Archaon is, after all, versed in the arcane. And while he may be versed in the arcane, his HP is very, very low. He knocks Talion down one more time, but one more hit from that trident should deliver the final blow and fell the Ever-Chosen. Kind of an embarrassing collapse off Dorgar there. I do love Archie, though. But anyway, with Archaon's fall, unsurprisingly, the entire enemy army shatters, and the battle is ours. And while we did take a bit of damage specifically on our sword units, mostly because we sent them to, you know, fight Chaos Warriors and Knights and whatnot, unsurprisingly, and they have lower melee defense than the units of Halberds do, we carried the day just fine. And the damage was, in fact, not that severe. But we had a pretty darn solid deployment here, thanks to the sort of lava formation and the, or the, whatever you call this, and the big ol' whatever you call that, the impassable terrain here. We were able to completely block it off, protecting our range units from anything but flyers and allowing them to fire upon the enemy for pretty much the entire battle. Once again, this is the strength of the Vanguard deployment. You guys keep telling me that the Celestial Generals and probably any of the other lords are good, but there is nothing any of the other lords has that comes even close to full army Vanguard deployment. Sure, Celestial General is a very strong single unit, and the Dragon-Blooded Shogun is a solid caster, and etc, 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 but the Magistrate's full Vanguard deployment is just so dang good. Alrighty, there we go, and though admittedly the Poison Rain Rocket are still doing very good work, we technically don't need artillery on this particular army just because of that ability to Vanguard deploy right in the enemy's face like that. It does work pretty darn well, and in this particular case takes down the Everchosen. We will want to move on, unfortunately, which means I think healing rather than taking the money, though 3,000 gold is pretty darn good. Poison Rain Rockets were obviously stars, but the line of Jade Warriors held the enemy off quite well, you gotta admit. Heal up. The army is destroyed because of the march stance, and with post-battle recovery, we're not able to reach these guys. We are, however, at the cost of taking attrition, able to move into ambush stance.
Refused.
I'm hoping that these guys decide to go for Karak Dum rather than for Tribe Slaughter, but we shall see. Alright, mission successful. Funnily enough, this will make it easier for the Dolgan to fight Archie and stuff, but we'll see. Hey, they're working for us and we're working for them as well, I guess. Anyway, well, let's level you guys up in case the ambush actually pans out. Let's grab you metal shifting, and I'm going to say, you know what, either we get 2 points into Glittering Robe so we can overcast it to make it into area. Yeah, let's go for double leveling up on Glittering Robe. Granted, the additional armor isn't crazily needed in this army, but, you know. I'm inclined to give Volley Master, because restocking our range units is a pretty good use of your time. Next up, the Claw Speaker of Life. You, sir. I have to remember that you have the Arcane Trinket that gives allies in range additional melee attack. The reason that we have this on a Claw Speaker here is because these guys, the Jade Warriors with Halberds, have extraordinarily high melee defense, 86, but a low melee attack comparatively, and thus they need the additional help. Let's get your regrowth, and I'm actually good. Well, both of these are good options. Dwarves Below is very nasty, but we're probably going to get more mileage out of constantly healing. Anyway, you, Taoyan, start hitting harder. You were able to defeat Archie, but you've got more enemies to defeat as you go. Alright, let's start moving through this line. We're actually starting to run out of points on the Lord Magistrate.
Surely a gift from
He's level 35 at this point. And we'll see how these guys react. Alright, then you are going to join Gandari's army. Gandari, I would like you to go this way. I guess together with Muji. Both of you stay together. In fact, hopefully you're close enough. Well, I don't think there's anything nearby that could attack us anyway. And we'll pop you into this army. Frankly, we'll need Gate Masters in Muji's army as well. Well, actually, it's going to be Chudu's army as they're going to switch, but, in a bit. You are going to need defenses, no doubt. So let's get you defenses. We have growth here, which we will keep, and we have the peasant huts here, which... I'm wondering whether we should actually build this particular location up for the additional growth and actually keep it, at least for now, and then eventually just delete it. I know it's a red territory, but the additional growth will help Karak Dum grow a bit. Maybe. We can always get rid of it after if we need to. I don't like these Gate Masters, so we'll get the sure-footed one and then delete the sure-footed one and then hopefully get a better one later. Alright, what else do we have? This place. Alright, so we need to start rebuilding the grazing pastures. Annoying because we had maxed them out previously, but what can you do? The dragon armor is too expensive for now, so we'll let it go. We will, however, build the money structure here in Fort Dorjny Fort. As again, we are constantly on the brink of bankruptcy, but hey, it's working. Anyway, you go northward. At Krakadrin, I would really prefer that you not lose a bunch of territories to the Bone Rattlers. Please. Would be great. Let's do some tech thievery. Oh, you can reach Tower of Gorgoth? You can't reach the next area, can you? No, guess we're about to find out. And try to steal tech from the Sentinels. You try to steal tech from the Tower of Gorgoth. Nobody better die. Success? Success! Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alrighty, you. Specialist. Though, admittedly, with you being a strategist, I will want to mill you out or swap you to a bureaucrat later on, but for now, stay as you are, bud. You. Steel tech? Failure. You are going northward. You will 40-60. Oh, go to this side. Maybe you can steal from the Falls of Doom next turn. I'm actually not sure that we should risk you right now, because your chance to be wounded is 13%, so we'll just leave you as you are. Who are you again? Crafty. Ah, yes. Crafty with poison. I would like you to head northward. And I get a solid one now, and that bureaucrat that I wanted, and also another bureaucrat alchemist, but it's not bureaucrat alchemists that we want. We do still have the strategist of shadows, but the other shadows one is sufficient for now, as we will be eventually punting him over. I would love to build more of these guys, but unfortunately I think we need to hold off because of the money situation as it is. As it currently is at any rate. So just leave them as they are. How are you? You are going to go out of here and channel outside of Gorger Rock. You are going to keep rushing around and building with your pile of bureaucrats, and by the looks of it, there's nothing else to do there. I think that's it, unless I'm mistaken. Ah, wait, I lied. You are supposed to A, channel, but B, be close to Wei Jin. Frankly, you probably don't need these peasants, but who knows? Somebody might attack Wei Jin. Let's not risk it. Let's grab Wisdom's Bounty, and I'm going to upgrade the Crane Gun Hull because we will want Crane Guns, and they don't need the bonus melee defense, because if anything rushes them, they're going to explode into tiny little bits anyway. Nothing we can do about that. Alrighty, how are you? I checked. See, this is why I usually try to do this in order, because every time I don't, I get confused and then forget what I was doing. Anyway, we need to technically go to Myrmidons. The problem is this: we would have to travel through Chaos Dwarf territory in order to do so. In theory, and there's an ogre camp here. There's no way around it, right? I take it we're not able to travel through the Tower of Gorgoth. Let me just try this. Oh, our two good caravans. Nah, we need to probably send one of the stronger caravans around that way. And Astia caravan is the one that got eaten, so it's got basically nothing in it. Not that these are all that much stronger, to be honest. Kind of concerning. You can have Wayfinders and grab Inspiring Presence as well. I think we'll have to send these two, and they'll have to try to not die. Let's send them to Erengrad and Frozen Landing, I guess, to pick up money. I don't really want them to travel. How many turns is this? 8 turns? 6 turns to Castle Drakenhof. This goes to Karazakrak, but it would go through Chaos Dwarf territory, and I did not want that. Wait, Krugenheim? Oh no, that's Nullen. I was thinking that was Krugenheim, and was like, wait, what? 9 turns, 10 turns. Yeah, Drakenhof is the closest by. I guess we're just going to Erengrad and Frozen Landing. We could also just wait for these two, but it's also not a big enough deal for us to care about. So I think we'll just try to send them both around this way and then see if they succeed. So, Raja Caravan to Erengrad. And you had to leave that menu, didn't you? And then, what was the other caravan? This one. To Frozen Landing. Like so. Good luck. Alrighty, we'll see if that works out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Next, we will go to the Tower of Gorgoth, and we will ask you guys to join this war. Against the Overlords of Jarduk for a teensy bit of cash. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it from you, but I had that thought immediately after I took the cash, so it's too late to do anything about it now. Bhashiva, you are not able to reach these guys. What you are able to do is... oh, attrition again. Well, nothing we can do about it. Go into ambush stance right outside this place. We'll see if this guy wants to move to Gates of Jar. We will also temporarily well, you know what? Collect income. If we end up trading it back to these guys, then won't matter. Also, we don't have any relics here? No. We still need to wipe these guys out, though, because our victory conditions involve Overlords of Jarduk, Legion of Asgore, and the Servants of the Conclave, which will probably be our final battle, although there is a relic there. Thereby, it might not necessarily want to be our final battle, because we may want to play around with whatever that gives us. There is a relic here at Pig Barter. This one still bothers me. I wonder if there's more relics out here that we can't see. Well, we have our tech thieves running around, so they could potentially scout some stuff out for us. Possibly. Alright, and the rest of this is good enough. So I guess we're going to end the turn and see if any of those several ambushes... Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh, okay, never mind, I did do that. I was wondering whether we had Bhashiva in our own territory or an enemy territory, just because I wanted to make sure that our ambush chance was increased as much as it could go. You guys need to level more, so we're going to leave you alone, and then we're going to end the turn. And if I forgot anything, it's too late now. Arbal, the defeated 3 times. It should just change his name to Arbal, the defeated X times. When he gets defeated, peace treaty, and no. Though I'm sure he'll come back with a full stack in short order. Alright, let's save the Overlords of Jarduk fall for this. Unless they've already moved. I saw the Legion of Asgore, who frankly should be very happy with us, because we wiped out the... we wiped out their little friends, Astrogoth Ironhands faction. And I guess they moved already. No, there they go. Ambush of a pile of Norskins. A pile of rather weak Norskins by the looks of it. Decisive victory and casualties, though it is a full stack with a lot of skin wolves, mind you. How often does this army get to ambush stuff? We've had it to ambush a cup once, I think, but you know, well, let's fight it. I know it's decisive victory and low casualties, but look, it's a giant pile of skin wolves, which might be entertaining, and it's a giant pile of enemies to ambush, which we do rarely in this army, so go.
Remember your training. Trust in the dragons, and victory shall be certain.
Alrighty, here we go again. And just like Archaon, who wanted to bring the apocalypse, but was was met with a cataclysm of his own, we will do the same to one of his minion armies, and I'm too amused with myself to speak anymore. Yeah, we've got an ambush coming in, and the ambush is not even going to last a full minute, as the enemy army pretty much instantly collapses, while I collapse in my fit of laughter, and yeah, the battle is pretty much done. These skin wolves didn't turn and fight. We deployed all of this behind or at the rear of the enemy column, and the skin wolves simply tried to run. In fact, the entire enemy army pretty much just tried to run out of there. Looks like one brave unit of skin wolves will actually charge us though at the end. But they will get hit by a plague of rust, their armor will disappear, crossbow bolts will rain down upon them, and the halberds of the Jade Warriors will take them down, forcing them to flee, and just like their smarter brethren. And with them, the entire enemy army shatters, and the battle is ours. Yeah, would have been perhaps a little bit more interesting if the enemy column did not try to immediately escape the ambush, as the AI has a tendency to do sometimes, but it seems to do this whenever it thinks that it has no chance, and it's pretty clear from this particular fight that they had no chance. Alright, well, unfortunately, I should have just auto-resolved it. I was hoping that the AI would at least attempt to fight it instead of immediately trying to run away like a bunch of cowards, and alas, well, that didn't pan out. But what can you do? Just go on. Now, we will suffer attrition, so regardless of the decent chunk of change, I think we'll venerate our units. I did like how Taoyan advanced with her pile of the non-halberd units. Ambush foiled. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Trickster's Helm, though. That's a nice pickup, as considering we're very light on armor. All of our lords and legendary hero even are using common items. I don't have enough Astromancers to get scouting and then bonus magic item drop chance for everybody. And...
The dragons would approve.
Did the army run past the Pillar of Skulls? Is that what happened here? Yeah, it did. Well, we wouldn't be able to reach them since we can't fight at the Pillar of Skulls anyway, so I guess occupy it for free. Then don't collect the income. We will send Gandari and Co. this way. Did we dechaosify this place? We did. We did dechaosify this place. You can't quite reach Bastion Nightbane, eh? Alright. I'd like you to keep moving together, then go into ambush stance. Oh, we did not dechaosify it. Oh, we did dechaosify the place, but it is still Chaos Territory. As in, it's Chaos Wasteland. Which means no matter what we do here, we'll suffer attrition. Alright, then Gandari, go into Tribe Slaughter. I fear that you're not going to be able to pick up Archaon's defeat rate anytime soon, and you can't go into Tribe Slaughter, unfortunately, so you can just sort of channel near it. I doubt that this guy... No, he can't even reach you. Alright, well... I guess then that's where we're setting up. We could at least build the tasks thing and then delete it all later. Can't give this to anybody after all. I mean, later on, in theory, if the Dolgan do manage to make inroads and take Zunbaijin and move northward, we could, in theory, transfer all the red territories here to the Dolgan in order to get them to maybe fight the Demons of Chaos or something like that. I mean, they've already been fighting so much for us. Why not continue, right? Yeah, anyway, your ambush got foiled and unfortunately you took attrition, but you're still heading to the Tower of Gorgoth, but only after we do the tech feed. Whoa. 13% to die? That's not great. What's your percent to die? Also quite high. What the heck? Because you succeeded? What about a Black Fortress? There we go, that's much better. Alrighty, you... We need 2 settlements to bounce between, but it looks like the Sentinels and the tower are too far. At least you succeeded, and can get Specialist. Funnily enough, the Strategist is the one succeeding. And we could try it, but... just try it. If you die, you die. Well... move to the Sentinels. Maybe we can bounce between Pigbard... No dice. Oh. I'll have to just figure this out somehow. Alrighty, what about the other tech thieves? What do you got? 60%? Nice. And what about you? Whoa. No Fuheng Monk for you. We'll need those elsewhere. And it's not like you're gonna decorrupt to 5 frickin' Sharna Grund. It's not happening anytime soon. You steal tech from here. You move northward, or continue moving northward. And Setang go up there as well. You will eventually be punted to... You know what? Actually, it's so far now that maybe we should move you into this army instead. There's a bunch of bowmen here, and you do buff bowmen. We'll just need to build constructs, which we will soon be able to do. Oh, actually, we need to tier 5. But we can build constructs more faster. Out of tier 4 bastion strongholds. We can always use lions in their place until we're ready for it. Anyway, I think that was all the tech thieves, minus you, who I don't remember who you are. Oh, yes, I do. You're going north. We need alchemists with artillery army. Their knowledge of metal and fire will come in handy for that sort of thing. You guys are good where you are, at least until I'm ready to spend money on you again. You're good where you are, you're good where you are. Are you good where you are? Wait. Buildings, 2 turns, and 3 turns. Okay, so yes, you are good. Bhashiva, you're the only one left. You besiege the Tower of Gorgoth, which is... I mean, it's defended. I wonder if they'd sally out. We'll give them the option, or the opportunity to sally out. I don't know whether they will, but maybe they can give it a shot. I see no relics here at all. Huh, that's disappointing. The last, what, we need 3 and 4? We need 7 more relics. We see 1 here. Maybe there's another one down here somewhere. There's the Great Hall of Greasus, but I was intending to actually make peace with Greasus. If possible. Granted, Jamming doesn't seem to like him very much. And it kind of makes sense considering our quest battle that they're not like. Plus we have the relic at Myrmidons, but that's it. How often do they spawn, I wonder? Because we need more. We need more, damn it. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll end the turn, leave these guys to sally out. We did all the building, right? Gates of Shar we're ignoring, and this place we... Oh, I was going to upgrade... I just upgraded. Now that we have the bureaucrat here, we can build it reasonably cheaply. And we did want the additional Astromancer capacity, though I fear it will not happen before the bureaucrat is up. We did want to check the heroes, though. Alchemist, another bureaucrat, which is great, but not one we need right now. What about Gate Masters? Solid. Solid is fine. What kind did I get for... I think I got Martial Artist, right? For Gandhari's army? Yeah. Martial Artist, I guess, is also fine. It's only a 6 melee defense, but... eh. We could get some of the solid ones as well. Violent 10-10, solid 10-10, and so it's basically trading armor for charge bonus. Charge bonus is useless on these guys. Hell, you know what, let's go solid. But let's go solid for this army down here. Or wait, where are you? This army. That way we have the different types being pushed to different sort of armies and can keep recruiting them without just feeling like we're milling them constantly. And plus this helps get this army ready. Alright, looking good. Skip. Outpost? With who? Karak Dum. Yes, we do want this. There is some stuff that we could use. Construct outpost. Ally missions, we have Arbal the Undefeated, who has returned, and considering the reward, probably has a full stack already, and then Fator Ironcast is moving this way as well. Pick one. Looks like this guy's the stronger. So we'll see. Alright. Do any of you need levels? You're rank 12. Does that do anything for us? No, we could go through evasion. Ooh, you have Student of the House of Secrets. Cooldown and speed. Anything interesting here? Range. Oh, for when you're on a Sky Lantern. Yes, fair enough. Ammunition and... well, the plus 90 armor for our unit as an emergency might be decent. I did want Transmutation of Lead, though, because it's a rather nice spell. You know what? I'm going to start with Transmutation of Lead, and then we'll see afterwards. Gate Master. I guess we are still heading through towards Wall Veteran. And it's kind of for you personally, but at the same time, there's nothing else that's buffing allies, and thus nothing else is critical anymore. You... will want to grab Dwellers Below, much as I want to go through Litany of the Winds. And then lastly, you, sir, who are going to be rank 50 before long. I guess we just keep going through Harmonious Doctrine. Go for it. Eventually we'll put you on a Sky Lantern. Well, especially when you lead your own army. And this guy takes over. But anyway, we should also try to pay attention to more lettered magistrates. Just because otherwise it's going to take a million years to level them. Or lettered anybody, really. Lots of tacticians and strategists, which is all great. But I don't want to wait a million turns for a new lord to level, which is why the lettered thing is going to be more critical. Anyway, let's end the turn. Let's see if they sally out of the Tower of Gorgoth, and if they do not, they attack them. And oh, would you look at that? You want peace now that we're approaching? What have you been doing? Oh, well, I mean, they've been losing all of their stuff to the rats. Admittedly, great job to Clan Rictus for what they've been doing, but we can't have them on our borders, and I just saw some territory change hands to the south there. Did the Tormentors take a territory, or did the Golden Order take a territory? I don't know. And the Overlords of Jarduk will indeed sally out. Unexpectedly pleasant surprise. They got a Magma Cannon, they got an Iron Demon, and they got a Hell Cannon. They got some good stuff. Let's see if it's good enough. Go.
On your feet. They cannot kill what they cannot catch.
Alrighty, here we go. You can hear Bhashiva running. Alright, I don't know why that entertained me, but it did. Here we go. We are going to start the battle up by heading towards towards the enemy artillery with Bhashiva, who will activate the Gate of Heaven and appear right next to the enemy Hell Cannon, as we really need to take this frickin' thing out. Unfortunately, while we don't have stock for the rest of our army, we need to prioritize destroying artillery pieces in this manner, and Bhashiva should be able to mince that crew reasonably quickly, regardless of whatever the other units here attempt to do. We do have 4 units of stalkers, however, who can stalk, unlike the rest of our army, deployed behind the enemy army, such that they will hit the enemy magma cannon and whatever blunderbusses they can catch to prevent them firing upon us. We know well the extreme damage the blunderbusses are wont to do to our units, so I'm not going to have any of that. And, oh, an SFO, it's been a while since I played vanilla, and I didn't even realize that in vanilla it's only one magma cannon rather than 4. Well, it'll be none soon enough as the magma cannon gets torn apart and as our mainline units head towards the enemy army. The hell cannon, I do believe, has been, not quite silenced, but we're working on it. But the enemy Sorcerer Prophet is very much nearly done, as both of our Celestial Lions mob him in the air, just as we did the Nurglights in a battle past to reasonable effectiveness. And we will repeat in this particular case. Huh. I do really like the color scheme of the Overlords of Jarduk, though. I like the sort of green and, or not green, sort of dark teal, whatever you want to call this. And red, it's working for me. It's working real well for me. Anyway, I digress. The enemy is now well and fully engaged. We did make use of our missile mirror to close the distance with the enemy blunderbusses in the back line so that they, hurt themselves, or at the very least did not hurt our own units too much. But unfortunately, there were other range units firing upon us, so some of the stalkers have taken damage. Now that they have closed, however, good luck to the blunderbusses in terms of defeating them in melee, as the blunderbuss melee attack is very low, and our units of stalkers have extremely high melee defense at 68, and hopefully eventually much higher than that. Otherwise, the Hell Cannon has grown silent. Bhashiva has then, as soon as she was done with it, teleported to... What the heck? From a distance it looked like a... it's just armor. You can't even... it's just magical armor. Neat. Probably shouldn't do that at that distance, but anyway, Bhashiva then teleported to using the Gate of Heaven towards the Bull Centaur Torok, who was actually trying to chase after and kill off one of our Claw Speakers. This one, Hero of Life, has taken nearly, actually more than half HP in terms of damage. Nonetheless, the strategy worked out with the enemy's rear line that was able to dish out damage, in theory collapsed by the Stalkers, and Bhashiva taking out the critical targets with the help of those Celestial Lions, and the Jet Lions as well. The enemy army shatters, and with that, the battle is ours. Bhashiva has defeated the enemy magical armor here. There you go, and we'll chase him down and destroy him. And in fact, we'll do our best to chase down every single thing here to make sure that we don't have to fight the Overlords of Jarduk again. Alright, there we go. A nice fight, and pleasantly surprised by the enemy's attempt to actually sally out and attack us, to be sure. We've got a little bit of money reward and a tiny bit of healing. We'll have to waste the next turn occupying the place anyway, so I guess we're just going to take the money anyway, because there's basically nothing left here. Anyway. Pardon captives. Also, let's see how we did. 12k, 9k, 18k, and 18k. But by damage dealt of gold value, the Kit Kats carry the day for the units of the regular Twin Axe Warriors. As for the Stalkers, with 14k and 1400 damage dealt as gold value, it's the Crouching Tigers. Admittedly, the Stalkers took a little bit more damage than ideal, and by virtue of, well, taking more blunderbuss shots to the face than ideal, but at the same time they were able to silence the enemy artillery and then cut apart those units of blunderbusses. Yes. Money. Alrighty, and scaling. I was not to where we were at war. Why are we at war? I am not sure. I'm gonna say no for now, just because we might have to try to get somebody to join this. What is this? Caravan maintains its route, lose a little bit of cargo, and gain a hunter. Yeah, sure, gain a hunter, fine. Alright, enemy killed in battle, scroll of power, competent protector, creator, great moonbird. Yes, and... was that level 13, or did you read 14? 14, beautiful. And we just got armor for Jade Warriors, Peasants, and Tiger Warriors, and melee defense as well. So now, our base units of Tiger Warriors are up to 15 armor. Or are they? As soon as we level up the Astromancer, we get Heavenly Bonds on the Celestial Lions, which now means that we get an additional 15 speed and 15 armor on those, well, on everybody, but including on all those Tiger Warriors. Now we just need stock, and this army's gonna get real nasty. Alright, real quick. Yeah, but the auto-resolve probably doesn't recognize that. They recovered their garrison. Oh, I hate this bug so frickin' much. Regardless of if they were to sort of break out and punch out of the siege, the very idea that they would recover their full garrison 100% in one turn is absolutely ridiculous. And it certainly shouldn't work that way. I'm pretty sure it is indeed a bug. Anyway, well, auto-resolve, take a ton of damage, but I'm not fighting that again. And occupy. A really good amount of sack value. Depending on if we keep it or... Nah, we'll hold on to it for now. We'll see. Overlords of Jarduk destroyed. There we go. And... we got an Ironclaw barracks here. You know what? Hold on to that. If nothing else for the capacity, but we'll still build the Ironclaws out of Karak Vrag, so we just gotta build that building there. Because it'll give them the additional bonuses. Still... It's a nice little find, as that'll prevent us from needing to build a million more of those buildings in minor settlements, which have, you know, other things to build. Anyway, obviously this episode went a little bit longer than I was originally intending, but I don't think anybody's complaining. A and B, it's been very fun. Unfortunately, we are out of time, and I'm calling it here. With the Overlords of Jarduk destroyed, our next goal will be to continue onward and wipe out the Legion of Asgore, and then see what the heck is going on here, pick up another relic, etc., etc. Continue the fight against Archaon and Arbol, though it looks like Arbol in particular is pretty much out of the picture. You will probably just run away, but hopefully it doesn't matter, and then we'll head towards wiping out Arbol and seeing what we have to see up here, and seeing how the Dolgan proceed. If nothing else, they might peace out with Village and such, in the same way that they did as Village and such, but we could just force them to redeclare war by giving them Saber Mountain if we really wanted to, so we shall see. They will hopefully continue serving their purpose. I'm just hoping that sale actually goes up there. They are sharing several borders now. Well, we'll see if the plan pans out, so stay tuned to find out. Don't forget to leave those likes in the comments below, as they will determine how long the campaign continues to run for. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.